What's up, everybody? This is Coach Vega, Vega Sports Recruitment. Today I have two athletes here that play at the Division I level, football. We got Mike Edwards, number 31, out of New Mexico State, and we have Dorian, formerly of New Mexico State, is on the transfer portal at this time. Things we're going to talk about today is going to be about the overall mindset that you have to have coming into college football. One thing I can tell you is getting into college sports is definitely different than being a high school athlete. There's a lot of things, a lot of complexities that are involved, and anybody that goes in must have a sense of urgency with their objectives that they want to accomplish when they go in. Mike, would you explain to the high school athletes the importance of being a Division I student athlete and what you do to be a successful athlete and student?
The important things of being a student athlete would be humble for one, be willing to be coachable, and be willing to stay on top of your grades.
So would you say he's a little shy? Don't mind him. He's camera shy. He starts making plays and he's getting sacks and he's on the jumbotron. That's gonna be a different story. So explain about the time management. Like what do you do to address your time management between athletics and academics?
What I usually do is I get a calendar. Like the calendar, you can like go to Walmart or Target, get a calendar, and I write everything down like for the week. And then I just cross it off when I finish it. Like, then I have like the actual time, like what I gotta do to keep me like going, like so I don't miss nothing, like school wise or football wise, like meetings. I write all that down.
So you basically have like a planner and a calendar that you are constantly looking at to remind you of certain appointments or certain things you have to do to make sure that you don't miss them, right? Mm-hmm. Would you say that you're when it comes to your time, would you say that you're actually task saturated? You have a lot of things that are put onto your shoulders as far as academics and athletics, like I guess how can I say it in a word? Your workload. Would you say you have a high workload when it comes to academics? And if you do, how are you able to handle that type of workload and still be able to go to practice and do what you do?
That'll lead me back to like the schedule. So if I practice in the morning, like anytime I got like in between, like my free time, I'll make that time for like homework or like tests or anything like that. Then I have that time to do like my schoolwork. Then if I have like practice, I'll go to practice. Then if I have free time again, I come home, I take a shower, eat. Then I do a couple of assignments before I go to sleep.
Okay, all right, well thanks. Dorian, you want to tell the high school athletes out here what your experience was like going to New Mexico State and any type of advice you can give them before they even get into college?
Coming into Mexico State, it was a different environment. When you're a student athlete, you ain't gonna have no life. Basically, you have to make time for your education, your sport, and like any other important thing, like taking care of yourself and all that. There's always like a time set for everything, and with that is like you have to be on top of it. Like you have to be on top of it because if the minute you drop, everything's just gonna fall down on you, and then it's gonna be like a mess. But being a student athlete, you really have to have a driven mindset, because if you have a driven mindset, it's gonna get you to where you need to go.
Can you give me a difference between high school coaches and the college coaches as far as how they conduct themselves and their expectations?
High school coaches, they they will like sometimes, like, how do I say this? They won't tell you like the exact truth sometimes. They'll still work with you, but they're so much different than college coaches, because college coaches will be straight up with you. They are very harsh at times because they care about you and they want to get you to where you gotta be. And sometimes you gotta take criticism. And taking criticism is part of building yourself as an athlete. and to be great as an athlete as well. So
you're saying, so for the most part, when it comes to college coaches, they don't beat around
they don't
the
they don't
bush.
beat
They
around
tell
the
you
bush.
what you're doing right, what you're doing wrong, and if you're
Straightforward.
actually a good player or you're a player that needs a lot of work.
Because college is a business. Everyone has a job there. The coaches, their job is to coach us. They're getting paid to coach us and to, you know, make us succeed. So it's their job on the line if we don't perform well. So of course they're gonna go straight ahead and tell us what we need to do.
Okay, thank you, Dorian. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's talk about self-improvement. Mike, what do you do as a player to self-improve yourself when it comes to athletics and also academics? What do you do? What are the things that help you get better?
I set goals for the year. Every year I set a goal. Actually have a goal poster board. So each goal that I set and I accomplish, I'll mark it off. And if I don't accomplish it by the end of the year, I usually make a punishment for myself.
Make a punishment, huh? So you usually harden yourself. You don't accomplish any of the goals that you had set. Okay. And how about for academics? If you are having issues with a class, what are some of the things that you do to help you with those issues?
Usually I use the resources we have on campus, like our tutors, our academic, like they usually help you. You set times with them, and that's really pretty much what I do. Just
Okay.
my tutor, she helped me a lot.
Okay, thank you. Dorian, how about you? What do you do to better yourself athletically and academically? And have you ever had issues with academics, and what did you do to handle those issues?
I did have issues with academics. I was struggling with this math class. Not only that, sometimes our assignments will basically our class times will get overlapped with our practice times sometimes. And the only thing I have to correct that is I have to let my professor know that I'm an athlete. Because if the professors know that you're an athlete, they'll kind of lay it off on you a little bit, but you still got to do your work as a student. And what I did to balance both of that is basically a calendar and alarms. I'll set an alarm each time my class started, and you know, and even reminders. So like that's what kind of got me like in set during college. But I'm not gonna lie to you, there is gonna be some problems with education, and with that, you know, you have tutors, you have study hall, and with that, it's gonna set you straight so you can focus more on your education while you're off the field. And like, you know, you're not really that busy with football, but like when you're busy with football and you like go to study hall, you're not that education, like, oh, like I gotta do homework, it's not gonna be on your mind the whole time because you know you took care of it.
Okay, thank you. And then lastly, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna talk about what it's like being on a Division I football team. Boys, can you give the audience your experience of what it was like coming in, being a freshman, and getting to meet the upperclassmen, which are, you know, basically adults, you know, coming in? What was your all's experience like, and was there any sort of peer pressure going into the team?
My experience when I first came in was that I knew I was gonna have a lot of competition. I had to work for a spot, and it would take a lot of work to work for that spot. But I really have to just go back to, like, you just gotta be humble when you first come in. Don't just think you like the best player on the field, because there's always somebody out there that's better than you.
Okay, that's definitely a good mentality right there. And how about you, Dorian?
Coming in, you know, coming into college ball as a freshman, like I told myself, it ain't gonna be easy. Nothing's ever easy and nothing's ever given. You gotta work hard for it. And just like what Mike said, you gotta have like a humble mentality, because if you come in there thinking that you're the best player, it's kind of gonna hit you hard when the minute you find out you ain't. And you know, everyone's different. You know, everyone has these different skills, but you know, you really gotta go in there and like wanting to work, because if you go in there and be comfortable, it's gonna be hard on you. And you know, but when you go in there like being humble, you're gonna be straight.
All right, thank you. So to conclude this segment, high school athletes, when you get into college, you have to understand, first and foremost, it starts and stops with the grades. So you want to make sure you know what your resources are as far as tutoring. You get with your athletic advisors. That's very key. Some schools have athletic advisors that will help you tailor make your schedule to fit around the practice demands, the football demands, any type of sport that demands your presence. So you want to make sure you have those resources in check, time management, and understand if you're on scholarship at college, you're pretty much on their dime. And with that being said, they own you, which means your time is their time. You have to be able to time manage your academics around your athletics. If you have that mindset that you can get into now before college, that will make you a very successful student athlete coming into college. If anybody wants any information and pertaining to the college mindset or need recruitment help, please give me a call at 915-759-1382 or look us up at vegasportsrecruitment.com. We'll see y'all later, and get at us.